I thought I'd share with you a simple practice that I like to do if I've got a little bit of time. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes, a sun salutation with a few variations. So we'll just come up to the front of the mat and bring your palms together at the heart space. So letting the thumbs lightly touch the sternum, the center of the chest. Feel free to close your eyes and take some deep breaths in and out. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out of the mouth. Couple more breaths like this, breathing in through the nose, breathing down into the heart space. As you exhale, feel grounded through to the soles of the feet. You're using the breath to help you come into the body, moving away from any stresses in the mind, any stresses of your day, and just allow the body to settle with the breath. On your next exhalation, just letting your hands come down by your sides. And then inhale, take the arms upwards, bringing the palms together, looking up if it's comfortable for the neck. As you exhale, float the arms all the way down to the floor, bending the knees if you feel a little bit tight in the legs. If you feel okay, you can straighten the legs and let the head drop down. Try to find length in the neck. Just taking another breath here. As you breathe out, taking your left leg towards the back of the mat, gently bring your left knee to the ground, and then inhale, raising the arms up. If that's too much for you, you can rest your hands on your front knee or down to the floor. Holding it there, feel free to look up towards the ceiling or sky. If you want to take it a little bit further, holding onto your left wrist with your right hand. Ground through your right foot and then gently leaning over a little to the right. So you'll feel quite a deep stretch coming down into the left groin. It also takes it into the psoas muscle, a deep abdominal muscle. Try to keep the shoulders square. As you inhale, straighten upwards if you're out to the side, and then exhale, taking the hands down. Ground the weight through the palms and the base of the fingers. Lifting the left knee off, take your right leg back, finding downward dog. Just take a few breaths here, breathing out of the mouth. Feel free to keep your knees bent or one knee bent if the legs are tight, and you can walk the heels, one heel towards the mat as you bend the other knee. Then reaching up onto the balls of the feet, straighten the legs, lift the kneecaps up, and then bend the knees, dropping your abdomen towards the sides. If you can push the tailbone up a little bit higher, finding more space through the ribs, and then slowly pushing the heels back towards the floor. As you inhale, bringing both knees down to the floor. Getting a little cow movement, sliding the shoulders back, looking forward. And then as you exhale, hug the belly in, curling the spine. Inhaling, looking forwards, keeping your arms straight, slide the shoulders back, let the belly drop. Exhaling, curl the spine. Inhaling one more time, looking forward. This time as you exhale, curl the spine and sit back into child's pose. Let the forehead come down if you can reach. Take a long, deep breath in and out. As you inhale, coming up onto the hands and knees. The easier version here is to roll the hips to the pelvis to the floor and then the rest of the body, letting the forehead come down. If you'd like to go a little bit stronger, come back onto all fours and bring your chin and chest low and through into cobra. Lifting into cobra there for a moment. Open the front of the chest. As you exhale, slowly lower the forehead down to the floor. Tuck the toes under, pushing through the hands. Gently peel the body off. Hug the belly in as you push the hips back, coming into downward dog. You might need to bring the feet a little bit forward if you need more height. Plant your hands firmly into the mat and then inhale your right leg out behind you, As you exhale, bend the knee and bring it up towards your right elbow, shifting the weight slightly forward. Inhale, extend the leg outwards. This time taking the knee over towards your left elbow, working the abdominal muscles. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale to the right elbow. Inhale, leg comes out, this time bringing the foot all the way to the front between your hands. If you get stuck, just use your right hand to bring your foot forwards. Make sure it's below your hands. As you exhale, straightening that front leg a little bit. If it's too much, just keep a little bit of a bend there, pushing the left heel back. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, stretching back. Folding over that leg a little bit deeper if you want more. And then bending both knees. As you inhale, push off the back foot, bring it up to the front between your hands, and then folding over your legs. If you want to take the stretch deeper, you can cross your arms over in front of your legs. Feel free to bend the knees if you need, pulling with the hands to help you drop into that deeper forward bend. Got to feel length coming through the spine, all the way to the crown of the head. Some of you might prefer just to hang, holding onto your elbows, maybe swinging a little bit from side to side, or you can have your hands or fingertips on the floor to give you support if you need. As you inhale, you can bend the knees a little if you need, sweep the hands out wide and upwards, bringing the palms together. And then exhale them down to the heart space. Take a long deep breath in and out. Feeling into the sensations through your body, noticing how you are feeling physically, mentally, emotionally. Keep the breath flowing. Your next exhale, let the hands come down. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale as you fold forwards. Let the head relax. Take your right leg back this time. Gently bring the knee down. Inhale, the arms upwards. So again, if that's a bit too strong, just keep your hands on your front knee or to the floor. Holding it there, you may want to take the elbows wide, opening the heart space. Spread the fingers out. If you want to go deeper, you can hold on to your right wrist with your left hand, extending that right arm upwards and then leaning over a little bit to the left. It might pay just to keep the top of the right foot on the mat to give you grounding. Also keep grounded through that left foot. As you inhale, straighten up. If you're out to the side, exhale the hands down to the floor. Tuck your right toes under. Take your left leg back, downward dog. This time just coming up onto the balls of the feet as you swivel the heels over to the left, and then so bend the left knee, the inside knee, as you straighten into that right leg. So getting quite a nice side stretch through the right leg into the hip, and then inhale up to the balls of the feet, swirl around to the other side, bending the inside knee. Press down through that left outer foot. Inhale back to the center, reaching up onto the balls of the feet, and then exhale the heels towards the floor. A long deep breath here, breathing out of the mouth. Inhaling both knees to the floor. If you prefer the easier option, you can bring your pelvis to the floor first and then the rest of the body. Otherwise, chin and chest comes low and scooping through into cobra. Some of you might want a little bit more. You can lift your hips off the floor into upward dog, rolling the shoulders back. When you feel ready, moving back to downward dog. So you might need to bring the knees to the floor, pushing the hips back, and exhale to down dog. Press firmly down through the right foot and your hands. As you inhale, raise your left leg out behind you. Exhale the left knee up towards your left elbow. Inhale the leg out behind. exhale it towards your right elbow. Inhaling the leg outwards, bending the knee, bring it towards the left elbow. Shift the weight forward. This time, extending out and then bringing that left foot all the way through to the front. If you don't make it there, use your left hand to guide it through. And then lifting the right knee off, you can hold that lunge, coming onto the fingertips, maybe pushing back to straighten the left leg, or you can have a little bit of bend in both legs if you prefer. It's always going at your pace. If you want more, you can fold over that leg. As you inhale, just shift the weight forwards again, bending the front knee, looking up. Exhaling as you fold, shifting the weight back. So you're pulling the left hip back. And bending the right knee and the left, push off the back foot. Bring it forwards to the front. Exhale as you fold to Uttanasana, standing forward then. Again, feel free to cross the arms over the fronts of your legs if you want a deeper stretch. And bend the knees a little to soften. You may be holding the elbows with your hands or crossing the arms over. If you want a little bit stronger, straighten, bend one knee and straighten the other leg. So you'll feel that stretch come through the outside of that right leg into the hip. And then changing sides. Again, keeping that length coming through into the spine. And straightening both legs, exhaling out of the mouth. Soften the knees if you wish. Sweeping the arms out wide and up above the head. And then bringing the palms down to the heart space. And taking a few deep breaths here. Letting the energy and the body settle. Tuning in to any sensations through the body and mind. Maybe sensing the energy through your body. Where the body is feeling alive, more awake, free. Two more breaths there. And then letting the hands come down by your sides as you inhale, raise the arms up. And then exhale as you fold. Just walking your feet back to downward dog. And then bring your knees to the floor. And your hands underneath your shoulders. Just going to do a nice little shoulder stretch and twist here. So inhaling your right arm up, reaching up high. And then exhale, slowly bring it underneath. Gently bringing your right shoulder down. I'll just change so that I can see you, you can see me and hear me. So it's important to have your right arm quite close to your jaw so that you don't put too much weight on the head. And then you can have that left palm just supporting you a little bit if you need. You can take a bit of weight through there. Or you can take your arm over your ear. It's very bright with the sun, so my eyes are staying closed most of the time. And just stretching as far as you can, opening up that side body. And allow the weight to just sink down into that right shoulder. Also, be aware of where the hips are. Sometimes they might twist a little bit, so try to just shift that right hip over to the right. And that will also increase the stretch. One more deep breath in and out. This is a fantastic stretch for tight shoulders. It wrings out the tension in your thoracic spine, around the ribs. And then from there, bringing your left hand back, just to press down to help you lift up slowly. Beautiful. And then we'll just do a puppy dog pose here, keeping the hips high. Hips are above the knees. If that's too much for you, you can come back into child's pose. Reaching forward through to the fingers. You may even want to come on to the fingertips, opening up through the chest. And then from there, just slowly coming back up to your hands and knees. So this time, we'll raise your left arm up and up. And then exhale, slowly bring it down underneath you. Again, just check that your upper arm is quite close to your jaw. If you need support, just bring that right hand to the floor, pressing down a little bit to take some weight. So it's important that there's not too much weight on your head. If you want a little bit more, then taking your right arm overhead. And just being aware of where the hips are. If they swing to the right, just try to shift them over to the left a little bit. You feel more opening into the body as well. And then try to soften, allow the left shoulder to sink down. Always in each pose, trying to find some softness, some ease. And then from there, bringing your right hand back, pushing through the hand to help you slowly lift up. And then sweeping the hands forwards again, this time coming down into child's pose. And just taking some resting breaths there. You might want to bring your arms down by your sides, or you can rest them on your back. You can hold one wrist with the other hand. So just finding a comfortable child's pose so that you are resting and relaxing to finish your practice. If possible, have the eyebrow center on the floor, or you can have your hands under your head if you can't reach the floor. And allow the breath to go down into the lower back. It's really good for the adrenals, around the kidneys. Letting the belly sink down between the thighs. Allow the hips to sink to the heels. Letting all the weight of your body soften down into the mat. Feel free to stay there for as long as you like to finish your practice before you go into your day. And when you feel ready, slowly curling upwards, keeping your chin tucked in a little as you gently curl up. Maybe roll the shoulders around a few times. Bringing the palms back to the heart space. Taking 3 long deep breaths in and out. Feel free to sigh the breath out of the mouth if you need to. Letting any residual tension to be released out. And taking this calmer, energized feeling with you into your day.